Hello, pre-calc students. For problem number 35, we determine whether the graph is odd, even, or neither. Let's try this one graphically. So the function is going to be 3x cubed minus 2x minus 1. So let's graph it. Oh, let's go to first, second stat plot. Stat plot, and then turn plot 1 off, and then graph that, and then zoom standard, and you should see hopefully that this function has odd tendencies. Let's go to our table. 1 is 0. Oh, and this is actually going to be neither. Let's figure out why. Because that negative 1 is going to mess things up. So this is going to be neither. For example, let's look at our table of outputs here. All right. With geez. All right, we have our x and our f of x. Here we have negative 376 versus f of x 374, and these do not equal each other. Negative 2, negative 21, 2, 19. They also do not equal each other. So if you have your same inputs but negative not equaling each other, it's going to be neither. You can also just kind of tell with the graph. It doesn't have symmetry. It's not rotated. Not rotated by the x-axis, rotated across the y-axis. You might think it could be, but it isn't. Like f, I'll do this algebraically here. Just f of negative s would be 3 x cubed minus plus, f of negatives will be negative 3x cubed plus 2x minus 1, and negative f of x would be negative 3x cubed plus 2x plus 1. So that would be negative f of x. This would be f of negative x. So it'd be different. Let's go on to 36. Determine whether the graph is even, odd, or neither. Let's do this with inputs and outputs. Let's find f of 1. So f of 1 would be 1 cubed is going to be 1 minus 1 over 10 times 1, so that means it's a 1. 10 plus 1, so it's going to be 0 over 11. And f of negative 1 would be equal to negative 1 cubed is negative 1 minus 1 would be plus 1 over 10 once again, negative 10 times negative 1 is negative 10 over negative 11. It would be negative 10, negative 11. So it would be 0 over negative 11. Now let's do f of 2 versus f of negative 2. Alright, this would be 8 minus 2, which is 6 over 2 to the 7th. Times 10. 1280, so it would be 6 over 1282. Versus f of negative 2 would be negative 2 cubed is negative 8. Alright, while this is not responding, I can plot the table here. X cubed minus x. Let's put it all in on the parentheses here. X cubed. So we'll do 2 parentheses. X cubed minus x divided by 10 x to the 7th plus x. Second table. Okay. Alright. F of negative 2 becomes negative 2 cubed is negative 8 minus 2. That would be negative 10 over 10 to the 7th would be negative 200, negative 128 times 10 would be negative 2, negative 1282. So essentially this can be neither. 37. Determine whether the graph is odd, even, odd, or neither. This is going to be x squared minus 10 over x to the 4th minus 2x. Once again, let's just do 2 and negative 2. So if f of 2 is equal to 2 squared is 4 minus 10 over 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16 minus 4, so that's going to be equal to negative 6 over 12, which is equal to negative 1/2, and then f of negative 2 is going to be equal to 4 minus 10, so that's also going to be equal to negative 6 over negative 2 to the 4th is going to be 16 minus 2, 16 plus 4, which is equal to negative 6 over 20, which is equal to negative 3/10. These do not equal each other at all, so it's going to be neither. Let's go to 38. Three times the absolute value of x minus 9. I don't know, maybe I messed up with the syntax there. 3 times the absolute value of x minus 9. Find that table. So negative 1 is 6. Negative 1 is negative 6. 1 is negative 6. 2 is negative 3. Negative 2 is negative 3. Negative 3 is 0. Negative 3 is 0. 4 is 3. Negative 4 is 3. So yeah, this is going to have, when the outputs are exactly the same, this is going to have the characteristics of an even function. Alright, so this is an even function because f of negative x is equal to f of x. F of negative 1 equals f of 1. F of negative 2 equals f of 2. Alright, so that's 38, even. 39, even, odd, neither. Let's change our coefficient to uh, 1/2 times the absolute value of x minus 2. Second table. Yeah. 0, 1, 1.5, negative 1, 1.5. We notice right here for 1 and negative 1, our inputs and the outputs don't have the same absolute value. So because of that, we can immediately say neither. So that's 39. That's the absolute value standard, or the even odd symmetry function standard, so that's the video.